I'm here with Jim Belcito, who's about to enter into the next round of the circuit finals. How do you feel about your chances?
I feel pretty good. It's obviously more challenging as you get towards the end, so it's going to be tougher than the first rounds, but I feel ready.
Have you decided what game you're going to pick?
I'm almost there. I didn't tell you.
That's not a problem. You can leave it to a last-minute decision. So where are you coming in from today?
Southern California.
Is there anyone you'd like to give a shout-out to there?
A shout out to my wife, Trish, and my 2 little girls, which aren't feeling too well, but hopefully they're out there watching, and that'd be great if they are. So.
Well, we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much.
So Jim's coming in. Jim is truly one of the, I don't want to say he's one of the best players in the world. He's one of the most under control pressure players in the world. Jim came into a tournament in Chicago. It was one of the first times I actually got to play with Jim, and sat down on an AC/DC game, and I was doing really well, and he proceeded to annihilate me. He just came back, casually walked up and put up 200 million points after I just put up 150. It was rather incredible.
Okay, it's fine. Get him later. You hit that mouse and trap.
So
I played an IFPA.
To light multi-ball.
I didn't quite catch and see if
Get the traps.
Jim was for sure picking mouse and around, but I believe that's what his choice is going to be for this next round. And also, we're going to have Sean Grant joining us in the microphone in a minute. And welcome back, Bowen.
Absolutely, that was an outstanding game from. And everybody was in it. You know, Dino wasn't that far away. He had it set up. He got in some ways he got hosed by the randomness of pinball because he didn't get the girl.
And
First search, no. Second search, no. He needed the third search.
And that yeah, if he had gotten that search, that might have been a completely different result. And so Sean, welcome to the microphone. It's good to have you here.
As a player, that's something that it goes in your head when you're trying to find the girl and the first search shows up empty, the second one shows up empty. It's something that works against you as a player in that you start to think negatively, and you have to get that out of your head. You have to just press on, say, okay, the game's messing with me, and try to transcend that.
If I don't find the girl on my first try, I tilt.
I think rightfully so.
Yeah, it's another one of those random behaviors in pinball. Like there's the physical randomness, and then depending on what game you're playing, there can be the software randomness as well, adding into the mix.
And the real key at this level is how much does that play with your mind? How do you react to that mentally in the competition? Are you going to let that make you think negatively, or are you going to say, okay, the game's messing with me, but I'm up to the challenge and I'm going to fight through that? And on this level, every single decision in your own mind matters like that. And the most important thing is you're concentrating on the 2 balls that are flying around on the playfield. And any kind of distraction from that can make a big difference as well. So that's where semi-random things like that can really affect you.
Indiana Jones, that ended up being the eventual pick here by Jim. And so he's going to step up and see what he can do. Now, interestingly enough, Andre put up a score of over 1 billion points earlier on this.
It was beautiful to watch.
It was beautiful to watch, but I mean, I'm trying to think what Jim's thinking if he's still playing against Andre, and Andre's obviously dominant on this particular machine.
He's thinking he's damn good at this game.
But the fact is, the way the scoring is set, you're always only a couple of super jackpots away. And I know that's easy to say, but everyone's going for the same thing. So everyone's trying to patiently work through the game, lock the balls, get the jackpots. And that right ramp is not easy to make. That's a long, steep ramp. And then get to the super jackpot point, and then at that point, you really want to focus and try to be as calm as possible, but that is the turning point in the game.
I mean, I guess a couple super jackpots away is one way of looking at it, but remember, that's not the point of this. The point is just to live. All that matters is moving on, letting the bear eat the person who falls behind you. you have to survive.
It's completely true. And so as a player in this kind of situation, you have two goals. The first is to put up what I call a foundation score, which will keep you out of last place. And then after you feel that you've done something like that, you then shoot for the $100. But the point is, you also want to remain aggressive as well, because if you're just trying to shoot for a foundation score, you might be the person that fails to do that and fails to score at all.
I like how you describe that as a foundation score, because that really sets a term for how to survive in survivor mode.
And it's not just in this kind of situation either. When you're playing in the finals of Papa or Pinburg, you don't want to take a 0 for the game. You don't want to come in fourth. You want to come in third or second. And then, if you get first, that's great, but there's more risk involved with doing something like that. So maybe you want to stay a little bit more low risk initially. Put up a score that will put pressure on your opponents to match, and then try to go for something a little bit more aggressive.
So Adam steps up. He's going to, let's see if he's going to try something different. It seems that most people have been going for the multi-balls, and Adam appears to be in that group as well.
Yeah, the fact is that not only is the center lock the most important shot, but in a way it's the easiest shot as well, especially if you do what Adam just did right there, which is to backhand it. Shooting for the mode start isn't necessarily a safe shot, and there's always going to be the case where you can pop it in there and it just doesn't land cleanly and it pops right back out. And if it does that, then it's a dangerous return.
Interestingly enough, though, I haven't really seen. Now, maybe I missed it when it happened. Oh, look at that save.
That's key. And you have to do that consistently because it's going down that right side very often.
I haven't seen people go for the backhand on the mode start, though.
Not on the mode start. No, that can be made on some machines based on how they're set.
Right.
But I was talking about backhanding that center lock.
Oh, yeah. I was
that's what I was talking about. He saved it once, but it's going down there a lot. And there are people that can do that consistently, and that's a key skill to have on this machine, especially during multi-ball.
Yeah, he could have had that one. There was a way out, but it was going to be difficult. And clearly he showed strong skill to get that first one in the beginning there.
It looked like he was slightly early on that second one, and it's tough because when you're slightly nervous, when you're in a situation that's for this high stakes, that split second earliness can cost you the ball.
And that was Adam's first ball of Indiana Jones since the half-hour practice at 9:30 this morning. So
he has to get warmed up.
He's got to get warmed up on the game, and it's just a different physical layout.
It's an advantage to some extent for these guys to fight through because at this point they're warmed up. They've played a lot of games. They know.
Andre, how far has Andre rolled through? This is Andre's 5th game. It's also Andre's 2nd game on Indiana Jones.
That's a big advantage as well because not only does he know some of the particulars, but he has some personal history with this game right now that's in his mind for every single shot on the playfield. Every ramp, every save, every bounce he's seen recently before.
And Andre apparently has no fear because Andre immediately directly shot right for the mode start.
Andre having a
Look
personal
at that face.
Andre having a
Look
personal
at that
conversation
face.
with
Oh
the
my
Indiana
goodness.
Jones saying, "Really, monkey brains? Really? All right."
Oh, he's still having a conversation. Oh, it's over.
And
that's what's great about that is that's short-term memory. You lose a ball and then you got to sit for a long time. If you can have a good attitude towards it and forget about what happened and just come back and play, you play well. You don't get in your head. And Sean, I want to hear a little more about like the mental game you've been talking about. Like,
I think
what kinds of things do players end up thinking about that both can help or hurt them?
Well, the goal of the player, as far as the mental game is concerned, is to have it be an advantage for you. That was a tough play right there.
He almost got it off that post and pushed it out, but just not quite far enough to clear the gap. And down with only $2 million. Go ahead.
So for example, if you can use everything that happens as a positive thing, like for example, going back to Creature, I knew the first 2 tunnels were not going to give me the girl. Like I already knew that was going to happen. So it's just part of the game. And then you're kind of rising to the challenge. You're like laughing about it in your head, and you're like, I'm going to get that third shot. I'm going to teach this machine not to mess with me. Then that's a positive way that you can approach it. Or the same exact thing can happen. You can say, oh my God, this game is trying to screw me. Every single thing is wrong. And that's going to work against you. Now, going back to distractions, I've learned personally that I like to go first because I don't want to think about what my players have done or what I need to get. And the conventional wisdom, especially among good players, is to go last because then you know what you have to do. But for me, if I can eliminate any distractions at all, that's a big help for me. If I only think about the game, that's a huge help for me. And so it comes down to a personal style. Some people are going to approach the game differently. You have to figure out what's best for you. I'm watching Jim Belcito. This is a guy that any player that's been on the circuit for any length of time has a history with. This guy
will bump you out of tournaments at the last minute 150,000 times.
Been there.
And then he's a very tough out as well. If you get into match play with him, you know he's going to play great. Played really well at Never Drains in Southern California, one of the events that he helps to run. He also helps to bring machines to California Extreme in July. Just a wonderful guy, operates a large number of machines in the LA area.
He's the kind of guy that rises to the occasion in a match. If you get 500 million, going back to the mental thing, he'll say to himself, okay, this is what I need to do. I need to get more. And something that you can do when you're behind by a lot, you can just say to yourself, okay, this game must be playing easy. Nice shot by Jim. The multi-ball was over, but he managed to get one jackpot there, and that.
Yeah, you get a like a 10-second grace period.
Yep. And he took advantage
of it.
Get
the jack.
soft bounce
nothing
there.
he could do about that at
no,
all.
that was gone.
The only thing you can do is not take that shot. You have to backhand that middle shot, and when you lose a ball that way, you kind of blame yourself because it's a question of patience.
I don't know. I think patience versus saying I can make this shot and then just doing it. I mean, are you going to tell?
He made the shot. He hit the 2 drop targets and he died. It's the way that he made the shot. And the person that wins this game is the person that's going to backhand that shot and not put himself in that kind of danger.
Okay, I got you.
And another thing that he went through in that situation is what I call like end of multi-ball hangover. The multi-ball just ended, and you have to get back on task right away when that happens.
No last-minute flail shot is what you're talking about.
Some players take a pot shot at like, the monger's up. I can hit the monger for 250,000 more, and then like, oh yeah, I lost the ball. Adam actually is particularly good at that, making sure that he avoids multiple ball drains, because losing your turn is the only thing that can really go wrong for you overall. Get back to single ball play, and you can continue racking it up. But if all 3 balls go down at once, big trouble.
And you have to get back into the workman's mentality. It takes a lot of effort to get multi-ball. It takes a lot of different shots. So when you get out of it, the first thing that you often think of is, okay, now I have to do 10 shots. And maybe it's even more than it was last time. Maybe it's 15 shots.
And here comes multi-ball for Adam.
Nice
Putting the
pass
ball
there.
back in the lock will light the double jackpot, and then the right ramp will score it. Very well done here so far.
So
He doesn't look like a guy who's playing his first game of this, that's for sure.
he's found something that he likes. He likes the ball the way it's coming out of the lock. He consistently holds up the right flipper and passes it to the left to set up that key shot there. That was tough.
Yeah, very little he could do there, and that multi-ball is over, and it's not any more difficult to get to the next multi-ball. After a certain amount of time, the drop targets will kick back up, and so getting the lock is on a timer instead of just being open forever. But that timer is usually long enough that it has no impact on players.
Okay, so he's going to end with just shy of player 1. So none of these scores are the 1 billion that we were looking at earlier.
No,
or even Dean Grover's 600 plus million.
That was a great game, and it's just hard to run into an even better steamroller of a game that we saw from Andre.
And when you come up again, when you see situations like that all the time, and again, that's the mental thing coming into play. People are looking at their opponent's scores, using that as a gauge. So when in the first game where Andre had 900 million, people were shooting for that. Now they're just trying to get 150 because that's on their mind that will be good enough.
Right. I don't think Andre wants to beat his previous score. That would be pretty much where I would bet Andre's mindset is.
That would be the best approach, without a question.
Andre clearly in the mindset of getting number 1 based on his shirt. That's my thought about his plan.
Or 111,111.
That's very hard to do on any game except for Wizard of Oz these days.
Nice shot.
And here he goes. This is gonna be an interesting multi-ball.
And that little dance move almost puts him in the, like you're talking about, the mindset of speed play. You know, your mindset when you play a multi-ball is so different than when you're playing single ball that he just reacts and says, "Okay, I'm doing this now."
Yeah, he's waking himself up.
And if you're not ready for that speed, you're going to lose the multi-ball very, very quickly.
I think it's also just a change in. Andre's been playing a little bit more controlled today in single ball play.
Rescued the ball there from the left side. And it's bad luck to have it then redirect right to the middle. He's got only a few seconds here to make a jack on the right ramp.
He might have been more aggressive on the save, but you never want to get tilt warnings or tilt when you have another ball on the playfield.
Beautifully done. The jackpot is gone, so that would not have given him a jackpot. He would have gotten into a mode called Path of Adventure. I really haven't talked about yet, but to get this out, that was pretty much unsavable.
That one was further away from the rail, so he wasn't able to make the same move that everyone's been making to get the ball out of there with the narrow escape.
3 players within 15 million.
There's a narrow escape here. It's going to come down to ball 3, and now Ray.
This is
the last round.
second ball. Sorry.
Yeah, Ray got through. You're right. It's ball 2. But Ray got through by making some modes. Actually, he didn't get more points than the other players on multi-balls, but he put 2 or 3 modes on the game, including Raven Bar and Monkey Brains, and that gave him just enough points to pass.
And it's a smart approach because some of the modes are worth so much more. So while your first goal is to start multi-ball, if you see that a high-scoring mode is available, it's not a bad idea to put that up.
Yeah, he played Well of Souls.
That's probably the number 1 mode in the game, especially if you get it rolling.
Yeah. So as we see Ray Davidson, he's from the Seattle area. We're here at Papa headquarters, just outside Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Drain there for Ray. We'll go to ball 3 here. The last place player in this game will be eliminated, and the first place player will win $100, and all 3 of those players will then advance to the next round until we get the final 4. Coming up next, Jim Belcito, the number 5 seed coming in. He picked this game, Indiana Jones, as his favorite among the 7 here played in the circuit final. And we'll see if he can get some modes or in a multi-ball. He's got the minecart round ready if he wants to go for that.
I love that mode.
And
that's
it's an opportunity to win like 50 million while the ball is just sitting in a hole. It's a video mode.
And that's really up to you. That's a skill you either know you have or you don't have.
So this is the battle of West versus Midwest. 3 players from the West Coast and 1 player from Colorado.
Yeah, and just previously eliminated was Donovan, who's also from Colorado, and then Dean before that. So it's been California and Colorado.
Hey, I sense a trend here.
West Coast representing.
The last East Coast player, I don't even know. Go all the way back.
Trent hasn't gone yet.
Is Trent the last hope?
The last East Coast player to have been eliminated was Steve Bowden.
Steve Bowden, yeah.
Who was the only one and done player so far. So looks like he's trying to go back for the multi-ball again instead of going for minecart. Oh,
no, he
was
went
going
for
the
minecart. he had the hand of fate lit as well, so that was a double reward if you could make that shot.
Extra 10 million for that. There's one lock.
Especially if you don't have any locks, it's not a bad idea to put up some points. Try to put a little pressure on the other two people, because right now we have the 3-horse race for the $100.
I don't call that a 3-horse race for $100. That's a 3-horse race for elimination at this point, I think.
Well, no, because Ray is so far behind.
Right, but 100 million points can dissipate. He can eat that. Ray could easily get that.
That is exactly the mindset he should have. But that might not be what's going on in his head right at the moment. It's completely true, but your mind plays tricks on you when you're in these events, and so Ray knows that he has a certain amount of points that he has to get at this point, right? And that's the advantage of going last, is that he's going to know exactly what he's going to need.
Yeah, you mentioned the preference of going first. I like going early on games where there's and bad break there is he had the multi-ball ready. I like going early on games where there's just a single strategy that you're going to consistently use no matter what. You're not going to be altered by something. In a game where if I can walk up and know I need 2 million versus 100 million, I'm going to play that ball very differently. And I like having position in those cases because I can make my choices. That's what we saw from Donovan on Creature. We saw that from a couple other players. It's strategic choices. But sometimes you don't make strategic choices. You just plow ahead with one clear strategy. Like here we got
Interesting
Adam
shot there.
deciding to go for modes. He's figured out that the backhand is in play. Oh, that's great.
What a save.
He got one warning on that, but it was a really nice, solid timed save.
So we've talked about modes versus multi-ball strategy so far on this. What other rather basic strategies are there? I mean, you can also just shoot ramps and go for the shootout.
Yeah, so the ramp shootout is not really that valuable. It takes you 6 ramps, and then you can shoot the center shot for a 40 million award. Those are difficult, tight ramps that could punish you if you miss them. You can also shoot the right ramp. It's lit now for something called Path of Adventure, which is an opportunity to score 5 million per yellow light on that gigantic little rolling ball maze thing in the upper right.
He did there is he deliberately timed out Steal the Stone so he could get a shot at the mine cart.
That's a great point. That is exactly what he's doing. Very good observation there, and he did a good choice too, because this is a mode where, assuming you play it reasonably well.
The way that I do this is I always look on the left and see if I have to, or look at the center, see if you have to move at all. Because a lot of times, when it gets fast, you kill yourself by moving when you don't even need to. The reason that he wanted that mode was because he knows if he breaks 120, he will not be eliminated. So that's, again, the foundation concept. And he did
it.
So
sweet survival there, 49 million points.
And
which goes into his bonus.
Those go into his bonus. So now, remember, he has a warning. He's not going to touch the machine or shake at all from here out.
I call it 2-finger mode. 2 fingers on each button, and that's it. You're not touching the cabinet at all, because these things can tilt if you look at them the wrong way sometimes.
And he's picking off another mode. And it's nice to see somebody playing it this way, because with the scores the way they are in this game, this is an excellent choice to make. Picking off some extra points there, 6 mil.
I wouldn't be surprised if now he gets more aggressive towards getting multi-ball, that he's beaten the first player.
Yeah, now he can afford to say, I'm going to put my foot on the gas. See if he can keep up with me. That would be my thought process now.
Yeah,
I live.
Yeah, he looks like he was actually trying to play this mode there by shooting captive ball, which is the goal there. It's a valuable mode.
Yeah.
Only one more lock.
Surprised he's hitting it that hard, because we've seen
that
it was not a drain.
That flew into the air onto the left ramp return, all the way over the top.
Oh, he was willing to let that one go.
Yep. And that was really good situational thinking there by Adam Lefkoff.
Yeah,
he's
he
still
wasn't
at
there
112 million. He doesn't have the score he quite needs, but it's in bonus, and he'll get there now almost for certain. It's a clear 124.
I still wouldn't expect him, even if he does get there, to play too aggressively, because he has a decent chunk of bonus.
He's sitting on about 60 million in bonus or more right now.
See, he didn't even shake the machine there.
Sometimes it's just wonderful.
That would have been a disaster to try to shake the machine there and have it tilt instead, but perfect timing.
I know from experience that tilting away a finals event is not a fun thing to do.
I didn't want to ask you about that, but can you tell the audience a little more about what you mean by that?
I was in the finals of Pinferno on World Cup Soccer, and one of the things that I've been doing, and this actually goes back to our earlier conversation about doing things in different approaches. My approach when I'm under pressure is to not look at the score at all, but it cost me there because I didn't realize I had as many points as I did, because I hadn't scored a jackpot. Nice ball by Adam there.
Adam will be moving on. Got big bonus there as well, 67 more. That's over 200 total.
He might have $100. We'll find out. He's got more than twice any of the other players that have yet to go. But to finish the story, I'm in the finals. I'm on my last ball. I start multi-ball in World Cup Soccer. I didn't have much to get, but I failed to get a jackpot. So I made what I thought was a desperation save on the right. And I didn't do it that hard, but it still was enough to tilt. And then I found out that I lost by only a couple of 100,000 points. I didn't realize that starting multi-ball gave me as much points as it did because I didn't look up at the score because I was trying to just maximize what I was doing on the play field. So it's a give and take. You know, I myself like to just play the game as well as I can and let the chips fall as they may. But in that case, it really cost me, and it really hurt because I knew I had won the game, but I stole the win from myself.
You won and lost the game at the same time. Sort of an interesting paradox there.
Yeah. Pinball will do that to you.
So Andre has a 3-tiered strategy. Strategy 1, get 14 million points. Strategy 2, get 228 million points.
Right.
Strategy 3, step on the gas.
Profit.
Yeah.
Profit.
Actually, wait a second. Is there's $100.
Step 3, profit.
All
Right.
he's thinking about right now is getting that 23, though. That's got to be the only thing in his mind because he doesn't want to be in danger.
Oh boy,
Beautiful.
Nice
Great
save,
situational
right into
choice.
that.
Now, Tank Chase
Yeah.
is a mode which can be worth a lot of points, but it can also be worth near nothing.
Right.
He's going to get a few millions here out of Path of Adventure. Going through the right tends to land in that pit. Oh, it didn't
It
even
did
go
not
in. He
go
got
through.
he got broken by.
Now, how is
that
he
was a
gonna
little bit of
respond to
bad
it?
luck there. Nicely done. It's right back up there. Beautifully done. 5
There you
million
go.
and down in the pit. If he can get one of these loops, he should have enough from the loops.
He went
There it
Goes
is.
for it. Beautiful choice.
again going into his bonus, so a tilt will not award him these points.
Another one.
Okay, so
Should
Another
be
strategy
pretty good
one.
now. Yeah. Yeah, he went right
Yeah,
for it.
he knows it. He knows he's got enough to
very
advance
smart.
now.
strategy 2.
He's safe.
127 on the board.
Yep. he-
Andre Masenkoff will be moving on to the next round, and Jim Bolsito's in danger.
and you can see as he takes a deep breath there that took all the pressure off. Now he can focus on going for multi-ball and trying to win that $100.
That's right. And it'll be down to Jim Bolsito or Ray Davidson for the elimination here.
And the pressure's on Ray, but he's somebody that, like we said, you start a multi-ball, you make a couple of shots, and you're right there.
If you're just joining us, it's the Papa Circuit Final near Pittsburgh. Andre Masenkoff trying to win Indiana Jones and win $100 right here. Anyone finishing first, second, or third gets to move on to the next round. Fourth place is eliminated. In the end, we'll have 4 players for our Circuit Final Marathon across all 7 games, with the champion taking home a giant belt and $2,500 in cash right here. We'll
That
be
was it.
live. I'm here with John Replogle and Sean Grant, this is Bowen Cairns, and we'll be here live right up until we have a champion.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh.
nice.
that was amazing patience at the end. Not give it another shake. I don't know if he knew it was coming back, but
Quick 2-ball. No, it's always 10 million.
He knew that he could make a narrow escape if he had to, but
Oh.
it was good that he didn't have to.
I love this failure animation. Please let us see it. Sorry, Andre, I'm cheering against you just so we can see what happens.
So he deliberately.
That's not it. There you go, John.
Oh,
Heard
Go
chosen.
chosen. poorly.
We deliberately set this round to be at its maximum difficulty for players.
You
so
might
when
not
they
have
got-
been ready for
When they
that.
got into it, the cups were moving a lot faster than a player might be used to if they played a normal Indiana Jones.
I was just thinking, how many different ways does Indiana Jones kill you in a game? I mean, first you die from drinking the poison. You fall into pits.
Yep.
And then even if you successfully complete the minecart mode, by the way the animation looks, it looks like you just drove off a cliff
Yeah.
and you're dead. So Indiana Jones is going to kill you.
This man can survive a refrigerator launch, so he can survive anything. Actually, wait a minute. That movie never happened, right?
There were
Andre
3
has now
movies.
activated something that we haven't seen from any player yet, which is the quick 2-ball multi-ball. And this is a small points multi-ball where the green flashing shot is worth 10, 15, 20 million.
The best part about making that shot isn't the points, it's the audio.
Yeah.
It's a great shot. It's a great feel. It's all the way in the back of the machine. You got to hit a long straight shot to get there, so you feel like a badass when you pull it off.
And the captain
And then
ball
you
is satisfying.
captive ball flies up into the air, comes back down, and hits it. It's got the perfect combination
shot.
of mechanics and sound and music and reward. It's just like it brings you back. It's a carrot.
The most important thing though is that you get practice in multi-ball shooting that shot, so that when you're going for the super jackpot, if you figured out where that shot is in the 2-ball, you'll be ready when you try to get for the super jackpot, which is the whole game.
And he just saved the ball off that
An
rail
aggressive bang.
during multi-balls. He's trying to put the ball in the hole to light double jackpot. There it is. Oh,
Tap
well
over.
done. Bounce there, maybe.
Oh, that was savable.
Still time.
Still time. This is a 54 million shot, which would put him into the lead. Oh, and he didn't get it, but
Let's see what
he's
the
got
bonus
a
is.
He's in
lot
the
of
lead.
bonus.
He's in the lead.
Times 6 plus that. That's
27.
big.
That's it.
If he hadn't chosen poorly, he would have been in better shape. Yeah, he got
He
it.
got it. 242 for Andre. He was already moving on. Great job by Andre Massenkoff. And it's up to Raymond Davidson here. Raymond from the Seattle, Washington area. He survived 7 rounds now, but his life is on the line. Eternal
Anyway.
life is on the line.
He's a very good player. He took me out last night at the double wide event. Nice shot there, hitting the backhand with the ball moving quickly. That's a tough angle, and he had to be quick with it.
And you can see Ray looks a little nervous here. He's kind of like, come on down, come on. He's sort of trying to will this to happen rather than relax.
He
And
wants that
sometimes that works out for you, and sometimes it takes you out of your rhythm.
He wanted the ball to come down fast so that he would have the ball saver. Up.
And
missed,
yeah,
That was it.
he got tense.
He called it.
Yeah.
So, end of the line there for Ray Davidson. Fantastic performance. And we will go now to Trent Augenstein with Anastasia.
I'm here with Trent Augenstein, who's about to enter the next round of the circuit finals. Trent, where are you in from?
Anastasia, I'm in from Delaware, Ohio, just about 3.5 hours from here.
It's not too bad of a drive. Have you decided which game you're going to pick yet?
I believe I'm probably going to play Metallica.
Do you know which song you're going to start on?
No, I don't know a whole lot of Metallica.
Okay. Well, I wish you the best of luck going forward. Hope you do really well.
Cool, thank you very much.
So I am not at all surprised to see Trent has picked Metallica. Trent is really good at the newer Stearns, and just recently I actually faced him in the Ohio Pinball Championship, or not the state championship, but the championship at the Ohio show. And Trent put up a score of 180 million on Metallica versus me with the old code. So
That's not easy to do.
well, I put up 90 that game, and it felt like I just got my lunch money stolen from me. I felt mugged.
He just did the same thing to me in the Super Bowl of pinball like 2 months ago. I had 77 million in ACDC, and he had about 12 going into the last ball. And he started all 3 multi-balls, and he got some super jackpots that were worth my entire score. And I felt the same way as you. So He can do that. He's someone that's not afraid of performing on the third ball.
He looks like a nice guy, but he's willing to completely beat you up on the pinball field.
I think that out of every player that I've faced, he's the best as far as strategy in terms of choosing the machines. He knows which games you're good at and which ones you're not, and he'll use that to his advantage, which is very smart.
Yeah, he is. He's even willing to let other players pick a machine if he feels that they're going to pick into him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm afraid to do that.
Yeah.
I am very afraid to let somebody else pick a machine. In this case, I think it was pretty much a foregone conclusion that he had to pick the game he wanted to excel at.
Going back to our conversation before, what we saw in that last ball of Indiana Jones was kind of what we were talking about, how Ray on that last ball wasn't playing the machine, he was playing the score that he had to beat.
Right.
If he had gone first, he might have put up a much better score, but he was not playing the game, he was playing his opponent's score, and that's what cost him there.
Right, and you could see that last little catch that he did, it was all tension. There was tension in his body, there was tension in his motions. You can go back and rewind that and look at it later if you're viewing at home, because it'll show you, wow, this is what humans do when they're under stress. They tense. And
so we're watching Metallica right now, and this is a grind game. This is an endurance game. You have to make that center shot, which he's hit maybe 4 or 5 times so far, a great many times to start that main multi-ball. So you really have to be patient, and you want to do it under control. You don't want to just hit the shot. You want to hit it in a shot that's going to give you a safe return. So that's what he's doing right now.
Yeah, and I think that's why he's also doing the post pass. I mean, because that way he has a better idea of where the feed's going to give it to him afterwards. Now that situation has changed because of the magnet. So, hi Steve, welcome back to the microphone.
Yeah, unfortunately it was a quick one and out for me, but I picked Grand Prix because I figured it hadn't been played in a few hours, and they just got finished putting up $1 billion on Indiana Jones, so I figured I'd live and die with the spinner, and I died. So, but oh well, that's the way it bounces sometimes. 3 bad balls out of 5 means you go home.
Yeah, you launched us into a great philosophical question on how pinball kills you afterwards.
God.
So,
yeah, I thought about it for about a minute, and now I'm ready for Pinberg.
That's it. That's the best way to approach that.
Right, yeah.
So meanwhile, Trent is doing that thing he does on Metallica, which is put up points and take no prisoners.
In bunches, right.
And you'll see that not only is he trying to score the jackpots, which are the flashing lights, but he's also trying to gain progress towards the next multi-ball, which he'll get by shooting the captive ball in the center of the playfield and also by shooting the snake. But he's still doing it under control, and that's what makes him such a good player.
I like how he isn't passing up his potential to double jackpot right here. He isn't going for it right now. He's got the super ready, but he's not going to take it yet.
He's just going to.
He's just going to, just hang out a little bit. Just got some security. Whatevs. No, he hasn't added the ball yet, right?
No,
so
he hasn't.
He still has that in his pocket.
I think he was just
he
shooting
might want
for
to
the
do
snake.
it right now. 3 seconds, 2.
That was tough.
You were just counting down at the end of his ball right there, Steve.
Hopefully I was counting his grace period, what I hope it was. But unfortunately, it was not.
Well, let me give you guys a brief synopsis of what's going on. First, this is the Poppet Circuit Final. We're here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, right outside Pittsburgh. And this is a Survivor format final. So we started with 20 people, and then we play games. And every time the next lowest seed enters a game, and then the lowest person who plays on that game, the lowest score that's received, they're gone. We take them out back, and you'll never hear from them again.
But I'm here. Wait a minute. What?
Your time is coming, Steve.
Oh, crap.
Okay, so also
They're just putting more gas in the wood chipper right now. Just give them a second.
Why don't we explain to people how Metallica works? Like what's the basic strategies for Metallica? Why don't you guys go ahead?
Oh, with the new rule set, you try?
Yeah, I was gonna let Steve take that one.
Okay.
There's so many new
I can
rules.
I can go to the basic one, which is okay. When you first start, you have your Sparky chair in the upper center there. You see those lights, those 3 lights there. One is flashing now, but shoot Sparky until you start multi-ball. Once you get that started, that's when the game really begins, because you'll notice once they start multi-ball, they're going to be trying to get the 4 little white targets with the 4 guitar picks, because that activates the snake for double scoring and add a ball. And it's so valuable to get that started because the ball save is so short on these games now for this tournament. You want to have that extra opportunity of more ball save and more points and another ball. So you're going to see people hammering that chair. I mean, I bet that's what Jim's going to do now just to get started. I mean, another alternate strategy might be to go for the snake. The snake is pretty friendly. 5 snake shots will light snake multi-ball for you. That kick out is pretty friendly on the snake. So I've seen people go with that. You know, shoot the snake, then shoot the left ramp, shoot another snake, then shoot the left ramp and shoot another snake. You know, so that has happened.
I don't like the shooting of the snake part of that. So.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the snake is sometimes unforgiving. And we've already seen the ball go halfway in the snake's mouth and decide, no, I don't want to continue. But yeah, that's the basic part. Your basic step 1 is start the chair multi-ball, get that done. You know, get your double scoring, get that done. Once you've mastered that, then you can start going into your next level, which is your graveyard multi-ball with the targets, maybe your snake. What else, Sean?
You can shoot the more dangerous shots while you're in ball saver during the multi-ball, while you have multiple balls in the playing field that aren't as valuable as the one single ball that you have to start the game. And also, again, you're trying to set up a foundation score initially, so you're trying to put up something. You're trying to get one multi-ball right off the bat, and the chair is the easiest one to get.
Right.
I think Jim Belcito fell into a little bit of a pinball trap there, where he was thinking about what he was going to do next with the ball, and he hadn't dealt with the problem that was going on right then.
Yeah.
It can happen in any sport. In basketball, that's the guy that doesn't catch the ball and goes for the dunk. You know, you have to catch the ball first, then you dunk the ball. In that situation, he might have been thinking about 3 different shots that he wanted to get, and he didn't actually play the ball when it came down. But he's still got 2 more balls to rectify the situation.
One step at a time.
Exactly. But again, when you're playing in a high pressure situation like this, it's very hard to stay calm and stay focused. And Trent looked really good on that first ball. He looked like he was really under control, and he was doing everything. And that's kind of why he smiled when he lost the ball, because he had played that multi-ball in a very controlled fashion, but the way it ended was as if he didn't, because that last ball went out. You know, it wasn't anything that he could really do with that.
You can see Adam was a little disappointed with his plunge there. He really wanted to save as much ball saver time as he could, but plunged it a little bit too hard and hit the upper switch there. He's trying to soft plunge, so if you can soft plunge and catch it on the right flipper, your playfield's not valid yet, so you end up with a free shot wherever you want.
Okay, so there's also some new stuff with the skill shots, and I believe that's in this version of code.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so you can do your super skill shots by holding up the left flipper, and the ball will come all the way around. Then it lights every shot on the playfield for the super skill. Or you can also do a 2 times regular.
Same thing.
Play.
Right?
Oh boy.
That was similar to what happened to Jim, kind of.
Yeah, that was a weird little bounce. As I was saying, you can do a 2 times skill shot if you hold up the flipper and then skillfully plunge it through the left top lane. But your post won't come up anymore.
Right.
So
it's an
you
actual skill shot,
right,
as opposed to it just happened to fall in there. Yeah.
If you hold up your left flipper and you put it through the right lane, it's a 4 times skill shot.
Nice.
So, and also these values increase with each time you get a super skill shot and complete it. So if you make 2 super skill shots and then get the 4 times on ball 3, you're going to get a score of, I think 1.8 million points for that skill shot.
That's nice.
So that's a lot of points.
Can make a big difference.
Especially in this game, exactly.
And they're true skill shots. It's not it's not like it's any gimmies. These are actually true skill shots, which is really neat. Another great rule change.
Wow.
Oh my
Big shake there.
goodness!
Two
That
warnings.
is fine, yeah. The double danger
knock
slide
it to
save
third.
brought to you by Stern.
Sometimes when you make a big save like that at the start of a ball, you kind of feel like that ball is now
This is an extra ball now.
a special ball.
This
yeah,
is-
yeah. It takes away.
Oh, well, yeah, he
he
did
should have
move it.
waited.
Yeah, he had to wait more there, but
I think that comes down to nerves also. When it's a little bit of an overreaction, especially on that play. He didn't have to shake it there. It's tough.
I call it borrowed time when you
Yeah.
do that double danger save or double danger. I love double danger saves.
right, yeah.
I call it playing with
It's,
the house's
it's
money.
stolen
Right,
points. Yes,
exactly.
it's
All
stolen
gravy
points,
after
house's
that.
money. That's all free points that you think you shouldn't have gotten, but you're getting
And then
because
the
you made a
thing,
good move.
then the thing that comes up, especially in a game like this, is with those two warnings, do you want to set up your second ball so that you'll get multi-ball right away? Or do you want to start the multi-ball knowing that with all the balls bouncing around the playfield and the fact that you might get a little bit more pumped up, you might start hitting and you might get that extra warning, that extra tilt, and instead of it being warning number 1 on ball 2, it'll be tilt on that ball, and you will have then ruined the most important scoring opportunity that you might have in that game.
That's
That's an
a
excellent point.
really, really good point.
So you start bargaining with yourself.
Well,
I mean, you figure, okay, let me set everything else in the world up in case I slip up and tilt out. And then
Yeah.
I arrive on ball 3 with the entire world ready.
Oh,
Lazarus almost!
he wasn't quite
It was
ready.
right. Oh,
what's a Lazarus ball? Gotta explain it.
Gotta explain the Lazarus ball.
The ball
Yes.
hits the bottom bar area. And
The
comes
ball hits
back
below the
up.
flippers and comes back, and then you rescue it. Either you're able to rescue it back, which Trent almost did. If he had just flipped the right flipper just a little bit sooner.
And it's a very bang play because it has to be coming down very fast to have enough force to pop back up in the first place. So you always have to be at the ready, and it's just another one of those cases where you gotta keep playing the ball until you hear the whistle, until you see bonus collect. There's always that extra chance that you can get the ball back.
It seemed like Trent was ready. I mean, it was
Yeah,
possible.
he made
It
a
was
play on
ready.
it.
He was ready for it. It was just he needed a little bit more flipper on it. He would have got it, but close.
And
So-
then again, you're playing with the house's money if you pull that one off.
Oh, that is double house's money. That is that is found money.
So Trent's got to be feeling pretty safe at this point. Now the pressure is on the other 3 players because they're so close together and they haven't really accomplished that much. Now Jim, luckily, has progressed through the game to the point where he's very close to starting the first multi-ball, the chair multi-ball.
And that'll
Now,
be ready for him
that'll
on
be ready
ball
for
3.
because you can tell how do we know how close he is? Well, look at the top 3 lights.
Mhm.
It shows you sort of a percentage how far you are away from the multi-ball. You can see right here that's a little more than 2/3 away. So he's either about 2 or 3 hits away from the multi-ball. Who's player 3? Adam?
Adam steps
Right,
up.
so Adam's about 2 or 3 hits away from the chair multi-ball. Unless he can hit the middle target. If you hit the middle target, it goes down faster. So you get credit. You get double credit for it if you hit the center target. So
Interesting.
If I'm right, it starts at 10 hits,
10.
but you can get double credit,
Right.
so it could be 5 hits.
Mm-hmm. Now again, this is a free hit because he hasn't validated the playfield yet. So here comes a chair. Free chair hit. Thank you. And
Smart.
there we go. Yep, that's
And
fine.
that's why you do that.
That's why
right
you
there.
do it. Control, and then we get to start
Nice
the game.
tap over.
Post pass.
Yep.
Exactly, because
It's a much
that
easier
captive
shot
ball
from the
is a
left side.
nice block.
Yep.
All right. And go.
What was that?
That-
He was
He
not
is
aiming
nerves
at
out.
the chair there. He could not have
How
been.
close is he from Snake?
There you go.
He's like, okay, whatever. Like he's setting up something.
I'm not
He was
sure.
setting up something because he
I
was disappointed.
think
in
I
that
just
multi-ball
figured it
stuff.
out.
What?
I think he was setting up his guitar picks.
Okay, before he went in there.
Wow, that's crazy dangerous,
is
but
That
That's
is
a ballsy
meta
move if
strategy.
That's what he was planning on
That's
doing.
a meta
I don't think
strategy
that's
there.
what it was.
no?
I think he missed a shot.
I don't know. Adam's a bit.
Nah.
I would
But,
love
I mean,
to know
it
what
has
was in his
worked out
mind.
that the guitar picks are set up. He's only got one more to shoot. I'm just impressed by that if that is what he was doing. And we'll know right now if he goes for that extra guitar pick right off the bat.
You want to know
He's
the
gonna go for it, right? I mean,
we were
he's only got
talking
one left.
we were talking about borrowed time earlier. If I was on borrowed time, I probably would do something like that.
Because you figure you've
Yeah.
gotten away with it so far.
But hey, why not?
Let's go for everything.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Oops.
Toughness
Right,
play
right.
there. That's the danger of trying to create all.
Oh, nice.
Multiple balls.
Okay. Get in there. Get in that snake.
He's got them all now.
All right. He's going to need one of these balls under control.
Almost got the snake with that shot.
All right. Here we go. Boom.
Boom.
There it is.
Nice. 20 seconds of double
Got the
scoring.
ball saver too.
And
Double.
and
Wow.
5 seconds of pure joy and
Double
free
hurry
flipping.
up. That's nice. All this is double super jackpot. Is he close to his second double? Looking over on the left, it doesn't look like it. No. He's still rolling regardless, so
Yeah, he feels good now, especially because he's overtaken Trent.
whatever. He's like, okay, I lost that ball, a little bit of an error, but okay.
Just completed fuel.
Got field, double play field ready.
Do you set up
With-
the super jackpot first?
Nah, he's
No.
going for it now.
No, he's going
Fuel.
over it. Okay. That's cool, too.
Yeah, he does have
That's
one
cool.
guitar pick left over here on the right, so if he's feeling really frisky right now,
Go for a 4
go
times.
for a 4x. Odds over. Okay, we will never know.
Nice
Wow,
multi-ball
Steve, I like the way you
nonetheless.
think.
Right.
It's like that. It's that 3 times scarecrow shot, right?
Exactly right. Triple scarecrow versus quadruple joker. Who wins?
Steve Bowden wins.
Yeah, but I had to play like 2/3 longer in order to do that. So man.
Nice ball by Adam. He fought through the dangerous situations in the
He
beginning.
did. Oh, yeah, he
set
did.
things up nicely.
He did. Yep. So he was paid for it. All right. So player 4 has only less than half of the chair progress done, and nothing much. We don't know what the snake has so far.
Okay. Well, just to let you know where we're at, this is the Papa Circuit Final. We're in just outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We are playing the final event of our circuit season. And I am John Replogle. I'm here with Steve Bowden
Hey.
and Sean Grant. And this is the Survivor format, which is basically you're going to see 4 players playing at any one time. The lowest score of any of those players gets flogged, beaten, and then I take their money.
Oh no.
On top of that, they're
No,
eliminated
no,
from the
really, they
tournament
just
as
get
well.
eliminated, actually.
Okay, yeah, I was about to say, better have that extra wallet. You have your real wallet, and then you have the other wallet.
So,
So Andre's stepping up, and he knows that this is important,
well,
not only because his score is obviously lower, but also because he hasn't gotten that much progress in the game as well. So he's really going to be focused now on working on that electric chair, not being cute, and just getting that multi-ball so he can get himself out of 4th place.
and then he already got a danger before he even plunged the ball, which is really frustrating.
He's going right after that electric chair. He's-
All right, 2 hits from chair or 1. All right.
One more.
That was good.
Now let's
good
think
play.
about some things. I have chair ready.
He's going to keep
All
it
right.
simple.
And-
Yeah, okay. So he's gonna think about a little meta strategy there, but no, let's just go with 2 million. Let's go.
And
Yeah.
I don't think that's the wrong play. I think that when you're a little nervous, the best thing you can do is start multi-ball, and then you can start to get a feel for the game, and you can start finding the shots in a less pressure situation because he's got the ball saver, he's got the multiple balls, he can make some mistakes, and he can start getting some ball time. And on top of that, he's also keeping the other players off of the machine at the same time. So
That's a good point. Yeah, freezing them out as long as you can. It's good. How many picks? 1 pick, 2 picks to go. It's not really concentrating on
no.
that.
aggressive move during
aggressive,
multi-ball.
and that
He
is
got 2 warnings
foul.
there.
Oh, I thought he already had a danger. I was incorrect on that. So maybe that was a danger at the end of Adam's ball on the previous one. Boy, oh boy.
Should be close to. There we go. 3 more? Well, he's already played grade marker?
No, it's
No.
that he got them all down during the multi-ball.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't get
Right.
credit for that progress during the multi-ball.
Mm.
But it does make it a little bit of a safer shot now because I feel like that second target is the one that sends
it's
it
a
down
beast.
the middle
Oh,
more
you're
than
right. You're absolutely
any other
right.
one. So
Absolutely right, Sean. That is true. That is true.
So now, in a way, he can feel comfortable that he has a lot more points, but the other player that's behind him hasn't done his multi-ball yet. That's
Yeah, that's an important thing to remember. You
so
know,
he
you
still
don't-
knows that he's got to get some things accomplished here.
you got to play knowing something about what your other players are going to be doing on their ball. That doesn't mean. I mean, it's situational awareness more than
Mhm.
anything else.
Definitely. We got a couple of grace period jackpots there to finish the ball off.
Pretty solid ball.
Good
but,
bonus
All right,
too.
he's back
so
in.
He's right
very,
in there.
Very much
and
back in this. Nice.
He's got 2 guys that if they don't beat his score, he knows that he's safe. So that was a good ball by him. He put the pressure on his opponents. That's why it was smart that he didn't try to get cute and wait until ball 3 and try to set up everything. Just put up a solid score and then put the pressure on everyone else. And Trent started this game off way in front, and now he's a little bit in a dangerous situation because the other players have caught up. His second ball didn't
Ooh,
work,
that's
and
out.
that
Now
was rough
he's-
as well.
Now he's really has to sweat out this
I don't know
ball.
what he was going to do about that though.
That
Not
was
much.
a really tough bounce.
You know.
And he had been playing control pinball throughout, so you can't say that he really was out of control when that happened.
Meanwhile, the world is yours, player 2.
Well, you
Hit
know,
the chair and
he
let's get started.
Trent might get a once and done out of this, or he might not. But one way or the other, I actually think he played very well.
Yeah, no,
So-
he definitely did. I think that all of the drains that he had were really tough. He didn't make an unforced error. It was more a question of things just not bouncing his way. So, is he going to get Belcitoed or not? That's the question right now.
Well,
If
The
there's
chair is
one guy
ready
that
for
I
him.
don't want
Yeah.
playing this ball if I'm Trent, it's probably
It's
this
Jim.
man that's at the machine right now.
all right,
Actually, I think
soft
it would be pretty
plunge.
much any good player who has a electric chair multi-ball
Here's a
ready.
free hit. That free hit did not look like it counted. It crossed the opto, but it didn't give him credit on the chair.
Maybe it's 3 hits with that
Yeah.
one light on this setting.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
So one more clean hit should light it then,
Oh boy.
and the nerves are kicking in.
Yep. But that was
All
a
right.
beautiful response there.
He got credit for the next one, and then it went right into it.
Yep.
Oh,
He must have
okay.
hit the
He must
center
hit the
on that
center.
last shot. I think he did.
That is the first time I've seen that, though.
I,
That was a little weird.
I love that
That's
animation.
nice.
Takes me back to Tales from the Crypt with all those super gory animations.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
They
that's a
almost-
good
Nice
comparison.
reference. They almost got to that level, you know. When we see a chainsaw come out, you
Yep.
know, then we're at the true level.
People sucking brains out through a straw. That's always a
Right.
good one.
And oh yeah, jackpot for it. Okay.
He didn't get the ball saver there, and I think he's not too happy about that. He could have gotten a grace ball saver, so now he's got to think about getting that guitar
last-
pick on the right.
Yeah, there it is. Okay. Oh,
gotta
3
do it quickly.
seconds.
Hurry
2, 1. Come on, Jim.
No.
One shot at it.
No.
He went for it.
Too late.
No.
Just missed it. In a situation like that, even if I know that I might not get it, I still want to try.
You have to try because you never know how far.
I
close
I
you
actually
are.
really disagree with you guys.
You
I
gotta
wouldn't have
try.
gone for the guitar pick. Oh, well, I'm saying after he lost his ball, sure you have to try, but I would have gone for jackpots rather than trying to light the
Just
guitar
to
pick
load
there.
up the jackpots and maybe prepare the super and then try to double
The thing
the
is,
super.
he knows
'Cause
that
at
he
some
needs
point-
to get 10 million points.
No, he doesn't need that many points. All he needs is to go get a super jackpot,
Mhm.
and he's going to pretty much be there. Maybe pretty much is a bad term, but I like the term pretty much.
Fair enough.
Now he's in 5 million
He
points
is
worth of
in,
jail.
Jail time now. Okay.
What do you do?
He's got one target down for graveyard.
Yeah, but is it legit?
Double scoring.
I think that's what's so tough about this game is that there's no obvious thing that you can start that's going to get you that. Everything is a multi-ball that takes a lot of shots to make. So now that he's out of the multi-ball, he's really at a conundrum as to what he's going to shoot for.
I have no idea what he's thinking he's doing right now, but it's scary.
It's a double
got
extra
the-
ball.
he wanted
It's
the
a
ex-
double extra ball for $5 million. Nope, it
Yeah.
ran out. Okay, because that would have been it.
That would have been.
It was too late. He was too late for it. He almost
that's really
did
good
it.
thinking. Yeah, okay.
He almost did that.
Oh,
Nice
look
save.
at that save. Situational.
It didn't.
One. Now he's going for bonus. He's going for bonus multiplier.
bonus
And
next.
also, I would have checked my bonus there.
Oh no, no,
I
no,
would have
no.
checked my bonus.
Let's see. We're
No.
going to find out the bonus.
No, he's
right
not
now.
there. He's not
no,
there.
he didn't get it. Ah,
Tough one. He really had a
Tough.
good approach.
he tried. Yeah, he tried to sneak a double extra ball for $5 million and ended right there.
And
It looked kind of uneventful, but yeah, when he shot that fuel lane, that was 2x. It wasn't much fanfare, but it was there, and that extra ball was lit for a while. He was trying to get in there. Oh wow, that was so close.
It reminds me of when I was in a tournament and I lost to Paul Madison in Big Buck Hunter because he doubled a special.
Oh, and the special was 10 million, right?
Yeah,
So he got to
and so
20.
I had
He
put
got
up this
20
huge
million.
score, and I was feeling real good, and then he made this, and I saw what he was doing,
Right.
and then he did it, and I was like, wow,
Oh no, why?
that was harsh.
It's like, why is a special 10 million? Why?
That was one of the pre-tournaments in Minnesota.
Okay.
Blainbrook Bowl, I believe.
Mm-hmm. All right. Meanwhile, Adam's feeling pretty special right now.
Yeah, well, now he's shooting for
So-
$100.
Time for the
And-
cash.
Up,
All right.
couldn't
well,
get it, but he's still happy
still
to
has
have
the lead.
advanced.
Still has the lead.
He's trying to make it a little bit tougher. Oh, I'm sorry, he was already in first place,
Yeah,
so
he
he's just
still
trying to
has
make
the
it a little
lead,
tougher
yeah.
for Andre
Mm-hmm.
to get that. And as we were saying before, it's not you can't pinpoint 5 million points on Metallica like you can on other machines. So sometimes just the smartest thing is just to try to go for that electric chair multi-ball again, and then know that that would probably do it.
Well, how about for Andre? I mean, he has no chair progress. So do you still think he should go for the chair, or should he
I
chance
kind
it at
of
some
do.
targets?
I don't know what else there is to do necessarily.
I mean, because how many grave markers is he away? I mean, he does have to complete the targets down, which is dangerous.
Yeah,
But
I just feel like the center shot is the safest shot, but it's an all or none situation. He either gets it or he doesn't
right.
anyway, so you might as well kind of go for that, I think. Especially if you can hit that middle shot a couple of times, that'll make it quicker, but it's going to be tough no matter what.
Well, we're going to see his decision. Maybe a soft plunge to extend the decision.
No,
Nope,
he's going to
he's
just
gonna
take the
just go
free
for
skill
it.
shot points.
Yeah.
No, he could go for Metallica letters here. He's only one letter away.
Now he has an extra ball lit. I think that light is an extra
Good
ball.
shake.
Good shake. That's good.
See, that was a good shake because he did it
He
so
got $2
early.
million for completing Metallica. Now that extra ball,
Yeah,
if
this
that's lit,
Lady
that
Justice
could be
is
$100.
worth a lot of points here, so
That's $100.
if he
extra
makes those
ball
ramps,
shot.
that's 600K there.
And
Oh,
wow!
what
Oh,
about
come
bonus?
on!
We got 2x bonus.
did-
No, the
no,
bonus just
no.
wasn't built up enough.
Wow.
Awfully close. 800,000
No
points
deal.
away.
Wow!
That was basically one more ramp and a draft target, and he had it.